Welcome everyone to Begin with Breath Tai Chi. My name is Dr. Adam Potts, the Tai Chi PT, and today is Tai Chi for healthy feet. All right, if you can hear me okay, type in Team Live if you're here live. If you're here on the replay, type in Team Replay. That way I can still see your name pop up and we can still connect. All right, so today we'll do about a 15-minute Tai Chi flow that's designed to work the feet a little bit more, to really strengthen the feet, the arches of the feet. And then after the flow, I'm going to show you some traditional exercises that you can do to create mobility, to loosen up the tissues that are, especially if they're tight or painful. I'm going to show you what to do for that, and then also how to strengthen your feet and your ankles so that you can stay nice and mobile, you can improve your balance and stability. All right, and so if you're a new member of our community, then please click on the link above or below the video to register for your new member webinar, An Introduction to Tai Chi. It's going to be this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's via Zoom, so you have to register in order to attend. But register even if you can't make it, and I'll send you the link to the replay right afterwards. All right, and then also, this is the last day of Flexibility 30 Days of Tai Chi, the live rollout. All right, so thank you so much for everyone that's participated in this program. So it's been really just a great learning experience for me, and I've felt so much more connected. And it was really nice to be able to share some of the exercises with you too for flexibility. So, all right, now remember, these videos will be posted all year for that flexibility program, and you can enroll anytime. All right, so feel free to click on the link above or below the video in the video description. And there's also a link to register for free, 30 days of Tai Chi. It's called Flexibility. All right, it's about a 10 to 15 minute class every day for 30 days, and you also get a bonus exercise at the end of each class. All right, I got some new stuff for you today though, so that'll be really fun. All right, we also have a new course starting. We're going to open enrollment next week. It's called the Tai Chi 24 Form for Health. All right, so this is the most popular Tai Chi form in the world. It's practiced by millions of people, and it's really a great one for beginners, and it's going to be online, live. We'll do 2 classes a week for 13 weeks. All right, so I'll give you all the details next week. All right, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I got excited. I couldn't hold it in, so. But yeah, this was one of the first forms that I learned, and it's since been one I've practiced almost every day for years. And then now I know a lot of different forms, so I kind of rotate them. But this one I always come back to, and it's really this form that's really beautiful and really embodies all the principles of Tai Chi that you get in the longer forms, but it's a lot shorter, so that way you can learn it easier. All right. So with all that said, oh, by the way, if you can't find the links for some reason, just type in webinar if you're new here and you want to come to this free webinar this weekend. Then just type webinar in the chat or in the comments. All right, and then if you also want to do flexibility, 30 days of Tai Chi for free, then also, and you can't find the link, then just type in flexibility and someone from our team will send you the link. All right, so with that said, and without further ado, find a place where you can do some mindful movement. All right, you don't need a lot of space, just enough room where you can reach your arms out to the sides, enough to where you can take a step forward and take a step back. And you can do this sitting in a chair, or you can alternate sitting and standing. Just really listen to your body. All right? And we'll do our Tai Chi dance. All right, so as always, don't worry about getting these movements perfect. Just follow along the best you can. I'll be your mirror image, and you can have a seat at any time. I do cue the breathing, but if that stresses you out, just breathe normal. All right, we'll begin with the feet together or as close as you can. The hands can come to the lower abdomen, and just taking a few deep breaths in and out. As you breathe in, the belly expands. And as you breathe out, the belly returns toward the spine. Abdominal breathing. Just taking a moment to settle into the body, settle into the present moment. The body and breath are always in the present. It's a great place to return to when the mind wanders. Whenever you feel scattered or anxious, or even depressed. Just tuning into the body, tuning into the breath can be very powerful. Then on the next inhale, you can hold the breath at the top just for a moment, really feel what it's like to hold on. And then let it out with a big sigh. Feel what it's like to let go. The hands float down by the sides. As you breathe in, the arms float up. They circle in front as if you're gathering in energy, bring it into the heart, then send it down through the body towards the earth, sinking the chi. Breathing in, breathing out. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Really feeling the sensations. One more time, sink the chi. Then from here, step one foot out to the side, either foot. The arms float up in front, just to about shoulder height. Then the arms get heavy, floating down, the knees and hips soften. Breathing in, rising up like mist from the lake. Breathing out, floating down like a gentle rain. Call this opening the door, the start of the journey. Now this time, you can lift your heels if you like, coming on the balls of your feet as you rise up. And then as you come down, gently lifting the toes slightly. Okay, once again, rising up. If you like, you can always keep the feet flat. Coming down, lifting the toes. Let's do one more. Breathing in. Breathing out. This time the hands float up in front. Draw the hands in towards the heart as you step in. And then step right out to the corner as you push the mountain. Coming forwards in space. Breathing in, drawing back in. Breathing out and push. Take as many breaths as you need. As always, as long as you're breathing. It's my only rule. Just keep on breathing. One more time, the push. This time, the hands float all the way up and over and then down right in front of the body. And then scooping under, gathering in the energy, gathering in the breath. Just letting it wash through the body. Tai Chi circling. Breathing in. Breathing out one more time. This time, step the front foot in. The hands come back in towards the heart. Shift the weight over to the other side. Step in. Step out to the other corner. Pushing the mountain. Breathing in and breathing out. Just like the ocean. The tide rolls in, the tide rolls out. One more time, the push. And then this time, the hands float up. They come all the way up and over and then down in front of the body, scooping under like you're gathering in something precious. Bring it right through, all the way through the body, Tai Chi circling. One more time. This time, step in and hug the tree and soften. From here, the hands draw in towards the heart and then push out to the side. The hands come back in towards the center, push out to the other side. The dragon stretches its tail. This time, you can tap your toes right out in front, like you're testing out the waters. Other side, tap the toes. All right, now this time, tap the toe. We'll do toe, heel, toe. So tap the toe, then the heel, and then the toe. Bring it back in. Other side, toe, heel, toe. So tapping the toe first, then the heel, then the toe. Bring it back in. Let's do one more round each side. Loosening up the ankles, strengthening the legs, strengthening the feet, heel, toe, or toe, heel, toe. And then other side, don't worry about getting it perfect. Toe, heel, toe. Heel, and then toe. Good for coordination as well. Hug the tree right out in front. Breathing in, the arms open. This hand here drops down and drifts over to the other side. The hands switch positions. They float across like clouds in the sky. The hands switch again. Wave hands like clouds. Just drifting across, letting go of any tension you don't need. Letting go of stress. Letting go of anything that's no longer serving you. Just like a moving meditation, tuning into the body, tuning into the breath. One more time, wave hands like clouds. And then both hands drop down. They drift right out to the corner, circling all the way around towards the hip and then out to the other corner, making a figure 8. Just circling the hands in front, gentle rotation. We call this polishing the table, as if your hands are just gliding on the surface of a nice, soft, smooth table. One more time. And then this time the hands float up to shoulder height. And then drifting over to the other side. And then from here, this hand scoops down and comes right out in front to eye level, the other hand by the hip. And then down. Once again, just the arms. Taking your time, no rush, nowhere to go. This time you can lift your leg if you like, touching down as needed. The rooster stands on one leg. As always, you can keep your foot down or you can lift up, just meeting yourself where you're at. One more time on this side, the rooster stands on one leg. Very nice. The arms drift over to the other side, coming up to shoulder height. And then this hand scoops down and comes right out in front. Still breathing. Once again, just the arms. And then this time, if you want, you can lift your leg, touching down as needed, the elbow right over the thigh. Touching down or lifting up, just letting go of judgment, bringing curiosity instead. One more time, the rooster stands on one leg. Very nice. Circle all the way around and hug the tree. Step one foot out a little bit wider. And then from here, the arms open up wide. The wrists cross down low. And then as you rise up, the arms open overhead, floating all the way out and down. Gathering the energy from the earth, giving it back to the sky above. Harmonizing yin and yang, creating balance and harmony in the body and mind. Just coming down as much as you can comfortably, just letting go of striving. Just being here is enough. One more time, harmonizing yin and yang. Then this time, step one foot in, cross the wrists right in front of the heart. And then step the foot back out to the side. The hands brush out to the sides as well. This time you can lift your leg, touching down as needed, pointing the knee to the corner, and then coming down. This time you can kick your heel, either straight out or towards the earth, or anywhere in between. This time you can open your arms as you kick your heel, the heel kick. Once again, you can kick down straight towards the earth. That still counts. Or if you want, you can maybe try kicking a little higher. Seeing how that feels. If not, then just keep on kicking towards the earth. Or maybe even a little bit higher. One more time on this side. The heel kick. And then this time the arms float out to the side, spreading your wings. Then step the other foot in. Cross the wrists in front of the heart. Step out as the hands brush out as well. This time you can lift your leg, pointing the knee to the corner, touching down as needed. And then this time you can kick your heel straight out to the corner or down towards the earth or anywhere in between. And then finally the arms open as you kick the heel kick. Once again, kicking down or straight out, or anywhere that feels good for you. Sometimes a little challenge is okay. Other times it's better just to stay in the flow, just keeping it simple. Let's do one more, the heel kick. And then circle all the way around and hug the tree. From here, the arms open wide. The hands float down, the backs of the hands face each other. They float right up the midline of the body and then drift out to the side, the fountain. Breathing in, breathing out, connecting with the water element. Moving like water, soft but powerful. Breathing in, breathing out one more time, the fountain. Then reverse direction with the arms, circle in front, hug the tree. From here, both arms drift over to the side, the hands float down. Nice gentle sway side to side, like tall grass in the breeze. Nice gentle sway. And then come over to one side, tap the heel right out in front. Bring it back in, other side, shift the weight, tap the heel. All right, this time tap the heel, the hand comes over the foot. Other side, tap the heel, the hand comes over the foot. This time, hand over the foot, other hand in front of the heart. Playing the pipa, the Chinese guitar. Other side, tap the heel, the hands come right out in front. Breathing in, breathing out, or taking as many breaths as you need. One more time, play the pipa. Then step in and hug the tree. Step one foot out a little bit wider. And then from here, the fingertips dip down towards the earth. The hands come forward, all the way up and over, down the center line of the body, digging in the garden. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. And then from here, reverse direction, the hands float up, they drift all the way out and down, scooping under as we harvest from the garden, enjoying the fruits of our labor. One more time. This time, circle in front and hug the tree, rounding out. Step the foot in a little closer. And then from here, the arms open up wide, the hands float down, the palms face up, one hand on top of the other. And then this hand here floats up and over, down the center line of the body. Other side, breathe in as the hand floats up. Breathing out, centering. Creating focus, creating clarity, creating presence. One more time, centering. And this time, both arms float all the way up and over just as much as you can. The hands float down to the waist as you soften down. Then circle the hands in front as if you had a big ball, front of the body, scooping under, back up to the heart, and down. One more time, opening the heart. Rising up, softening down. This time making a diamond shape with the hands right in front of the heart, and then press out. Sending out all your loving kindness to the world. May all beings be free from suffering. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they live with ease. Then turning your palms to face yourself, the hands come to the heart. May I be kind to myself. May I feel connected with all beings. May I love myself just as I am. Then the hands can float down to the lower abdomen. You can step your feet together or as close as you can. Close your eyes or just keep a soft gaze and let your body rock and sway ever so gently, like bamboo in the wind. Just feeling the sensations in the body, feeling the sensations of the breath, just being here now. Then bring your attention into your heart, creating an inner smile, expressing gratitude to yourself for being here today. Then if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open them. The hands can come together in front of the heart, and we can finish with a bow. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Tai Chi flow. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope your feet are feeling stronger and better than ever. Healthy, happy feet. And actually stick around for a few more, because I'm going to show you some of the best exercises you can do in addition to your Tai Chi to really make sure you have healthy feet. All right, but let me know how you're feeling. So type in the chat or the comments how you're feeling right now. All right, I always love hearing about your experience. All right. Oh, and while you're doing that, let's see, yes, I will shift over to our exercises here. All right, and so for the exercises today, you might want to grab a chair, and then if you have a tennis ball, that would be helpful too, or if you have like a water bottle or something you can roll your foot on. I'm going to show you something how to massage your feet without having to reach down. All right, so I'm just going to grab a few things here, but you just need basically a chair, and then if you have a tennis ball or a water bottle, then you can use that. All right, I'm just using this because my ball rolls on the floor too easily. It slides right under me, so you might want to do this. If you do have a ball, you might want to do it like on a rug or somewhere where the ball won't just like slide out. All right, so in order to make sure our feet are healthy, then one thing that happens to a lot of people is the plantar fascia gets really tight and kind of all knotted up, basically. All right, and so what we want to do is loosen up the fascia, the plantar fascia. You may have heard of plantar fasciitis. So this is something that I've given. So for those that don't know, I'm also a physical therapist, and I've shown this one to many, many patients that's really helped. Now, it doesn't work for everybody. So if you do have that condition, it's always better to get an assessment from a physical therapist. That way you can get one-on-one a plan of care, very customized to you, because sometimes the general stuff doesn't work for everyone. All right, with that said, this might be something that might help though. So you can place the ball down. So if you have a tennis ball or a water bottle, you just place it on the floor, and then you bring your foot over it, and then just gently roll it back and forth. All right, you want to do that 10 times each way. So that's 1, 2, 3, and you can count like that. And you just go back and forth for either 10 times or maybe a minute or so, 30 seconds. But don't do it too long because it could actually make it really sore. And don't push down too hard at first. So just go really light at first. All right, and then once you're done with that, let's do the other side. So you're just starting to really loosen up the fascia underneath the foot, especially if you're someone that wears high heels. This really gets tight if you do that. Or if you've done that a lot in your life, then this can help to start loosening up that fascia. All right, so that's the first thing we want to do is loosen up the tissue, so that way we have flexibility in the foot to start. All right, and so the next thing we want to do is what happens is over time our arches begin to lower, so we get flat-footed for most people. Some people are the opposite, so this might not be necessary, but it won't hurt. It probably won't hurt. So, but anyway, so what I'm going to do now is we can move the tennis ball off to the side. All right, let me see if I can get close enough here. All right, so what you're gonna do is you can watch my foot. My left foot is actually a little bit flatter. And so what you wanna do is lift up the arch. All right, so we're lifting up the arch, just like that. All right, let me show you from this side. Move back a little bit. So you're lifting up the arches. All right, so it's not a lot of motion. It's like, let me show you with my hands up close. basically if your feet are flat, you're just kind of lifting it up like that. So you're kind of squeezing them up, maybe even pulling the toes up a little bit. All right, but try not to get the toes involved if you can, but at first you might need to. But we're just kind of like from the side here, we're just kind of lifting up like that. All right, so that's the motion we want to do with our feet. All right, so once again, here I'll try to see if you can make it so you can see better. So you're just lifting up. All right, so your legs can go out a little bit too. Sometimes that helps. But then once again, if you see from the side, you kind of see how that foot right there I'm doing here. So I'm just lifting up the arch. So it's called arch raises. All right, so that's what we want to do. So this side, you might see it's different, right? This one has a better arch, so I don't have to go up as much. So you might not get a lot of motion. But see how it's just lifting up? And you can get the toes involved if you need to. That gives you a big arch. But ultimately, you want to try to do it without the toes. But yeah, at first you can do it or else it will be really hard. But you want to do it 10 times. All right, so that one, you can do it once a day, 10 times. This one also, you can do 2 to 3 times a day, but maybe just start with once. All right, that way you can just see if because sometimes it might be sore on some people. So just see how it feels just doing one set. And then if it feels okay, then you can go to 2 to 3 sets. But if it hurts with one, then you wouldn't want to have done 3 because that would make it really sore. All right, so that's arch raises. That's going to strengthen your arch. All right, so even if you have orthotics, which are inserts to your shoes, or shoes with high arch, big arch supports, then you still want to do these, even though that's helping maybe, or that's corrective. What happens is that's like it's like using a crutch, right? And so you use the crutch to help you so that you can actually walk around, right? But if you don't use your legs, then eventually they'll get weaker, right? So you have to use them. And so even if you're using the orthotics, you can still use them, but also do these arch lifts or else your feet will get weaker over time. So, or even if you're not using arch supports, your feet will still probably get weaker over time. Unless you're walking in sand a lot or you do a lot of hiking and stuff like that, then you might be okay, but most people don't have time, especially in the winter. So this is at least a good winter activity. So all we're doing is just lifting up the arches. All right, it's not a lot of motion. You can use your toes at first if you need to once again. All right, so 10 repetitions each foot. You can do them together. You can do it once a day and then progress to 2 to 3 times a day. And then once you're feeling nice and strong, you can cut back down to maybe once a day. But yeah, you want to get up to 2 times a day or 3 times a day for at least a couple weeks. And then you'll see a big change in your strength. So 2 to 4 weeks. And then after about 4 weeks, if you want, you can continue. But if it's getting too much, then just cut down to once a week or once a day. Or even a few times a week at that point too is okay. So, but yeah, at first just be kind of gung-ho about it and you'll get the best results. But once again, listen to your body. If you get sore, take a day off. All right, same thing with the massaging the bottom of the foot. If you get sore, take a day off. All right, so now that we've massaged the feet, we've strengthened the arches, we also want to strengthen the ankles because that's really important for our feet. If our ankles are weak, which they oftentimes do, we're set up for maybe ankle sprains or just our feet caving in even more. And so we want to make sure our ankles are strong too. So for this one, we can do the toe heel raise. So that's why we did that a little bit today. We did kind of like the toe, heel, toe. So that's kind of working those muscles. But what we're going to do now is really strengthen them by using a chair. All right, so, or you can use like a countertop. All right, so let's just get something to hold, or you can even use the wall, something to hold on to though, because you don't want to worry about balance right now. You just want to work on strength. All right, so have your hands touching whatever you want, but something to hold on to. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your heels by coming on the balls of your feet, and then lift your toes. All right, so lift your heels, lift your toes. Now, if you're not holding on and you try to lift your toes, it's going to be very hard to balance. So that's why, like in the flow, we just lift the toes slightly because we don't have anything to hold on to. But if you do, then you can always go up. You can actually do this with the chair. You can make it into a Tai Chi movement and then bring the toes up. So you can get a little bit more leverage when you hold on to something. All right, so that's another option, is to make it a Tai Chi, Qigong, ankle strengthening exercise. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, so that's going to really help strengthen your ankles as well. All right, so we loosened up the tissue. worked on the arches, and strengthened the ankles. So that should hopefully get you started. All right, now this is something you can do actually when you're in line at the store. All right, so what you can do is just go up and down a little bit when you're just waiting in line at the bank or the store, or if you're, I always like to use this analogy of, well, this situation where if you have a microwave, there's always that 1 minute where it's like, what are you gonna do for a minute? It's like, you just have to stand there, right? And maybe turn away if you don't want the stuff coming up. But basically what you can do is while you're waiting, just do a couple of toe heel raises and just lift the toes. Or if you're at the counter, you can do that. If you're at the bank, just hold on to the person in front of you, and you might want to ask them first, but can I just use your, no, just kidding. But yeah, so basically you can just do, even just shifting the weight back and forth is going to help to really start to increase the ankle stability. All right, so sometimes when I'm at the store, at the grocery store, I'll do that more likely I'll just rock back and forth a few times and no one even really notices. If you do it a lot, then they might get worried. They might be like, is you gonna fall over? So it's up to you. But definitely at home, it's something you can do all the time. All right, was that helpful? All right, let me know if that was helpful. You can type in helpful in the comments or the chat. Let me know. All right, and then I do have a poem that I wanted to finish today with. So stick around for a few more if you can. This one's a really good one. Oh, so instead of empty water bottle, you might want to have water in it. If it's empty, you might just crush it. But yeah, I meant a full water bottle, sorry. Something with fluid in it. And actually, if you have really bad plantar fasciitis, for some people, like I said, if you do have that, you might want to check with your physical therapist. But what you can do is use a frozen water bottle, and then you get the icing effect if it's really inflamed. You don't want to do it all the time, but if it's really inflamed, you can kind of roll it on ice. It's kind of like rolling it. It's kind of like icing it and loosening it at the same time. So some people really like that, but it might be too intense, especially if you have ticklish feet too. Then that's always kind of a challenge. But you can try it out definitely. So, oh great, lots of helpful comments. Yeah, it's very gentle, but if you just go easy, and then you can build up over time. And then you can look on YouTube for more advanced exercises at some point. But these are the best ones to start with. I don't want to give you too hard ones and then have everyone get hurt. All right, so I also have a poem. This one's by Vanessa Hughes. It's called Living in the Now. What's gone has made you what you are, so don't fear what's ahead. Put trust in what will be, and choose to live instead. Don't live in the now worrying what may or may not be. Take this moment in your time and live it totally. There's no time like the present. Breathe deep and feel alive. Living in the here and now will help you rise and thrive. Now is all there ever is. It's the only time that's real. Let the future take its course and leave the past to heal. All right. So easier said than done, I know, for most of us, I think. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I hope you enjoyed the session today and the exercises. All right. Oh, I have a question about if your feet go numb, you might have an underlying condition. So once again, get that checked out. But yes, this could potentially help. But unless I actually saw you one-on-one, it'd be hard to know. But yeah, you can give it a shot. These are pretty benign. So most people, if you go easy, they're probably not going to do any serious harm or anything. But if you do have an underlying condition, if you have numbness, tingling, or pain, then you might want to get it checked out, definitely. And I recommend a physical therapist. Even if your doctor doesn't recommend it, you can ask them for a referral, or you can do a cash pay one where you get more time with them usually and all that. So it's really up to you. But yeah, you can actually ask. I haven't had a physician ever. Or I haven't heard of a physician ever being like, no, you can't. You shouldn't get PT if the patient wants it, right? And if they do say no, then you should maybe look for another physician, because it's just going to only help most people. So, all right. So thank you all so much. I will look through all the comments. If I missed any of them, then I will go through them over the next couple of days. So thank you all so much for being here. Once again, if you're a new member, please register for your new member webinar, an introduction to Tai Chi. All right, it's going to be this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, but it'll be recorded. So register even if you can't make it so I can send you the replay. All right, if you can't find the link, type in webinar in the comments. But the link is right above or below the video in the video description. But you can just type in webinar. Someone from our team will send you the link. Or if you also want to join Flexibility 30 Days of Tai Chi, you can do that at any time. And you can start your 30-day journey. You'll get a 10 to 15-minute class every day for 30 days. Plus, if you like the exercises today, you'll get 30 more of those. So you don't have to do all of them, by the way. Just pick maybe, I like to do 2 or 3 a day, and then you can always rotate them too. So some people have been asking me, like, it's a lot of exercises. Which ones do I do? Well, just start with 2 or 3. Do those every day for a week or 2, because you'll get a list too, and you can just go down the list. And then the next week, do another 3. Or if you really like the ones that you can just stick with those. So you don't. We also have some other options once you enroll, where you can get the whole exercise program. It's pay what you wish. So it's like a minimum of $1, and you can get just the exercises on one video, and you can download it and everything. So yeah, if you register, you get all that information from there. All right. But if you do have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat or the comments. You can send me an email at any time. It's adamandlaura@beginwithbreath.com. If you're here, you probably have one of my emails, so just reply to any of my emails, and I'll see it. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you all for being here. I'm really excited. So remember, keep an eye on your email for next week. We're going to open enrollment for the Tai Chi 24 Forum for Health, the most popular Tai Chi forum in the world. All right. Thank you all so much. And until we meet again, I wish you all peace, happiness, and harmony. Thank you.